What is up, Leo? How are you guys doing? Time to go ahead and knock out your extended reading for September 2024. This is just one last swoop across the table to make sure I get every crumb of information left in September. Because up next, we got the mid-month messages. That's where I check to see if timelines have changed. But for now, extended reading time. For those of you who would like a personal reading, please check the description of the video. That's where you'll find everything you need to know. I do have some announcements to make, but I'm going to save it for the end of the video. Let's just jump right into this. If you're interested in catching my special announcements, stick around till the end. But let's jump on into this. So I'm starting these off with general messages. General messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. Ooh, communication. Communication from who? Two more shuffles, two more. Boom. Ooh, the Emperor. It could be a promotion. For those of you who maybe have put in for a promotion, or maybe you may have heard rumors that they're going to promote somebody. If there's anything regarding a promotion in your work environment, it's looking like that's probably looking pretty good for you. Probably looking pretty good. I'm also kind of seeing some other open doors of opportunity make themselves available to you as well. But this looks kind of layered and complicated because there are open doors of opportunity, but it kind of feels like some of you are second guessing some of these open doors of opportunity because you're questioning whether or not these open doors of opportunity are even legitimate. I'm thinking that you have a lot more opportunities available to you than you're even aware of. Yeah, maybe afraid to jump in and take a risk for some of you. Now, I think this goes off more on those of you who are trying to expand your career, like maybe add a second stream of income or start a business or whatever the case may be. I'm thinking that there's lots of doors popping open for you, but it's not being clear to me as to exactly why you're a little bit reluctant. Maybe you just are afraid to take a risk because, hey, some of you are at a place in life right now where you can't afford to take no risk. It's like, you know, and the economy, the way the economy is nowadays, and, you know, the economic fucking downturn we've all been experiencing, it's been hitting every last one of us. And some of you may be like, I can't take no risks. I mean, one wrong move and I lose everything. I can't even afford to take a risk. So there is open doors of opportunity making themselves available to you. And like I said, for those of you who either put in for a promotion or are expecting a promotion, if that's not part of your story, then just chuck that. But I feel like there's a few of you looking into a promotion or you put in for one. It's looking pretty good for you. Let's get some general advice. General advice for Leo. General advice. Okay. All right. Yeah, see, open doors of opportunity, I'm telling you. So okay, how am I going to word this? You are right smack dab in the middle of the closing out of a cycle in your life. Excuse me. You're right smack dab in the middle of it. Your last cycle is wrapping up and coming to a close, and a new cycle is birthing into existence. Most of the time, that's kind of a gradual transitionary thing. I would say more often than not, when it's time to start a new cycle, it doesn't happen overnight. It can sometimes. I'm not saying that it never does, but probably about 75, 80% of the time, the changing of a cycle is a slow, gradual transition from one cycle to the next, to the point to where looking back, you may not really be able to put a finger on exactly when it happened. So that's kind of what you're in the middle of right now. So why am I saying that? Because I know a lot of you are at a place right now where you can't afford to take a risk. I get it. Totally get it, dude. Normally, in any other situation, I wouldn't give this advice. But because we are all in a pretty tight spot right now, right? I'm going to go ahead and flip the coin over and say that if you're too afraid to take a risk right now because you have too much to lose, okay, cool, no problem. But the cycle that you're in right now is temporary anyways. It's temporary anyways. The next year and a half to 2 years, let me just put it to you like this. September 2026, you're going to be looking around at a different life. September 2026, 2 years from now. It's possible for some of you, it could even be 1 year from now. But 80, 90% of you, come September 2026, you're going to be looking around at a totally different life. Some of you could be relocated to a different location. You won't be doing the same thing for a living. Things are going to be different in your life 2 years from now. Anyways, so you can either just coast and chill and let the universe guide you into the next cycle slowly, or you can take that leap. Again, normally, especially for those of you who have followed me for many, many years, you know that I primarily specialize in the behavior of energy and the science of manifestation. That's my primary area of expertise. So usually in, for the lack of a better phrase, normal circumstances, I would say take that fucking risk. Take it, you know? But now I get it. We're all kind of in a pinch right now. Like, I have not met one person. Not one. Not one. From the most successful CEOs and businessmen and women to, you know, the multimillionaires. I've not met one person in the past year to year and a half that's not in a tight spot right now. So because of where we're at right now, if you'd rather not take a risk, then don't. But I'm telling you, you will be guided into a totally new cycle within the next year to 2 years anyway. So take that information and do with it what you will. All right. Past person. We're moving on to the love portion of the reading now. Did you all get notified? A lot of people didn't get notified for the Cancer reading. Everybody got notified for the Gemini reading, but the Cancers didn't get notified. All right, past person. Either your ex or just somebody you have some kind of past history with. Let's see if there's anything left on the table for Leo. Two of Pentacles reversed. You're pretty much just dropping this altogether, aren't you? Dropping it and saying fuck it. That doesn't come through very often. Ace of Swords reversed. So yeah, there's not communication happening here. You know what I'm really thinking though? And again, if you're not inquiring about a past person, this is not for you. So for those of you who are inquiring about a past person, this kind of feels to me like you're going to wake up one day and seemingly overnight feel very different about this situation. It's almost like you're letting go of this overnight. I would feel very safe saying that. Even if it doesn't happen overnight, you're going to realize it one day. You're going to be like, you know what? I don't even really give a fuck anymore. That's weird, because I didn't think I'd be able to let go of this for a long, long time. And now I just don't give a shit. I'm feeling like you're seriously getting over this. Maybe for some of you, just the right amount of time has passed, possibly, maybe. And I'm feeling like you're waking up one day and you're over it. Doesn't really look like a whole lot's happening here. Let's see how this person feels about you. By the way, you did complete a karmic cycle with this person. Let's see how this person feels about you, though. How's the past person feel about Leo, though? See, I don't think they really think very highly of you. Hang on, let me see how they feel, though. Hang on. Okay. Well, they haven't moved on from this. They do feel unfinished business. But at the same time, they don't really think very highly of you. For some reason, they feel like you are selfish, self-centered, one-sided, you know, like it's all about me, I don't care about you. So it's kind of weird. They haven't moved on from it. They do still feel a really strong energetic tie to you, but they don't think very highly of you. It's kind of weird. It's like they're kind of back and forth. They don't really know how they feel exactly. So I think it's probably different depending on their mood, you know? They wake up one day feeling one way, they wake up the next day feeling another way, you know? So, yeah, they're waiting to hear from you, though. They're convinced in their mind that they're going to hear from you at some point. They do not believe that they have done anything wrong at all. But, man, this is looking like something that's probably just going to peter out. I don't feel like you're talking to them. I don't feel like they're talking to you. This is the first, I haven't seen this come through like this in a while, but this looks like it's just drifting apart. Like the connection's just dying. Let's get the advice. What's the best advice for this situation? What is the best advice? Boom, 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 boom. What's the best advice? Knight of Wands reverse. Well, wow, this doesn't normally come through like this. Okay, well, let me put it to you like this. There's nothing wrong with letting go and moving on. Nothing wrong with that at all. However, at some point, you're going to want to see if you can dig it up and process through it. Just because you've let go and moved on doesn't mean you healed from it. It doesn't. Okay? So be thinking about this. Ask yourself a series of questions. The most important question is, do I understand the deeper meaning behind why all that happened? Can I actually look back on that whole situation and understand why the universe brought that person into my life? Why they did what they did? Not what their intentions were, but why it happened just spiritually. What was the spiritual and universal reason behind why that person came into my life, why we went through what we went through, and why it came to an end? Am I able to explain why all that happened? If you can do that, then just let it go. then just let it go. But you see, a lot of people don't really do that though. What most people do is they just let go, move on, and forget about it. That's not true healing. Letting go, moving on, and forgetting about it is not true healing. So when you let go and just move on and forget about it, basically you're just burying the wound under your subconscious mind. And that energy don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere, yo. Nowhere. So, okay. All right, now we're going to take a look at the current long-term relationship. If you are not in a long-term relationship, or if you are and there are no serious problems, issues, or concerns, then this is not for you. So what is happening between Leo and the current long-term partner? Anything else we can throw on the table? Anything at all? Ooh, lot of tension here. A whole lot. One, the other, or both of you is very, very guarded. Very guarded. All right. Well, so far, it's not really looking like separation is happening anytime soon here. But this tension that has been existing between the two of you has been so prevalent and so persistent and has been building and building and building for so long that it may not be coming to an end in September, but it is seriously deteriorating the connection. And if that energy isn't put in check, I don't even know if it'll last until next September. Honestly, it's looking like for the majority of you, if the two of you stay on this energetic pathway, if you make it to spring of 2025, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. There's some sneaky, shady shit going on here. Could be suspected infidelity. I got a couple of things here. For some of you, there's trust issues and suspected infidelity, okay? For others of you, maybe there was infidelity in the past and the two of you agreed to try to work through it. For those of you dealing with a situation in which there was definitely infidelity in the past, whoever it was that was betrayed never fully got over that. And that tension has been building and building and building for a long old ass goddamn time. And it's gotten to the point where the tension is so thick between the two of you that it's just drained the love completely out of the situation altogether. Completely drained it dry. All right, some of you dealing with a Sagittarius. Okay, well, I'm not thinking that separation is happening, so let's see what the advice is. What's the best advice? Advice, advice, what is the best advice? Boom, 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 boom. Well, somebody's got to be the bigger person and let their guard down first. Somebody got to. Somebody got to. That's all I can really say here. Somebody got to let their guard down. We have got to do something to relieve the pressure and the tension from the two of you. Because it's almost to the point where there's a permanent dent in the connection now. And you might have a little window of opportunity where if by Halloween, definitely Thanksgiving, let me put it to you like this. By the first day of 2025, if you all have not done anything to alleviate this tension between the two of you, There will be a permanent dent in the connection in which things will never be the same after that point. Some of you, it may already be there. I'm trying to read for those of you who still have a window of opportunity. And again, I mean, it takes two to tango, so there's only so much you can do as one individual. But like if you're following this channel, chances are you are on a spiritual path. You are awake, you are aware, you are more energetically conscious than the average person. So when you begin to awaken and expand your consciousness, that kind of puts a responsibility on your shoulders. Because chances are you're probably dealing with a person who's not very awake and conscious, right? So they're just running on matrix programming. So when somebody's running on matrix programming, ain't nothing gonna change with that person. When you're the one that understands how to harness and play with energy, it's up to you to energetically influence the situation. So that means sometimes you gotta be the bigger person and go first. That's just what it is, man. That's one of the downsides to the awakening path. One of the downsides to it. All right. Now, singles and your love interest. What is happening? Anything else we can tell Leo about their love interest? Mainly the singles. I guess if you're already in a relationship, then okay, but that's not the intention I'm putting into it, because that's not a very smart situation to be in. But if you're in that situation, then okay, whatever. Let's see what else we can tell Leo about their love interest for September. Ooh, look at that. This is a karmic soulmate. You and this person do have karma from a previous lifetime. Boom, King of Cups reverse though. Lover's card. Man, this is one hell of a strong connection. I'm thinking a relationship is going to happen. Yep. I think one of you, it's not really indicating who, but somebody is coming forward here, and I think a relationship's happening. I think y'all are going to come together, and this looks like it's going to turn into commitment. What it looks like to me. Okay, wow, that happened quick. That was super quick. Some of you dealing with a Taurus. I also have Gemini, Taurus and Gemini. Well, damn, that was quick. Let's see how this person feels about you, what their energy and intentions look like. Boo boo be doo. Boo 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 buddy doo. How's this person feel about you? What's their energy and intentions look like? Ooh, okay, so they are a little bit guarded. They do have some trust issues, just in general. They do normally have trust issues, but they don't really feel like they should have to worry about questioning your loyalty. Not really. They do. There's the Lover's card again. I think both of y'all really feel like you belong together. Deep down, they really feel like you're their person. But they have this monkey chatter going on in their ego brain, you know, reminding them of the shit they've been through in the past. Remember the last time we did this, what happened? Look for this red flag, look for that red flag, don't do this. Like compare, this person's looking back and comparing you and comparing this situation to the last person, the last situation that really fucked them over. So that's the only reason why they're moving a little bit weird and a little bit slow. Even though at the deepest level, they really feel like the two of you belong together, they're still kind of overthinking it at the same time. Because, you know, I think we've all been there where we think that we've met the one, and then they just turn around and fuck us over. You know, we've kind of all been there. So they're a little bit hesitant because they don't want to be put in that situation again. All right, well, any advice? Any advice? 4 of Wands. Hang on. Okay. Wow, I just gave Cancer the same advice. I've got to figure out a different way to word it. There is no other way to word it, really. Okay, well, the only thing that you can really do is prove to this person that you're serious. Now, how do you do that? How do you prove to somebody that you ain't gonna do them like the last person did? We've all heard that. We've all heard somebody swear up and down on their mama's grave that they ain't gonna do you like that, right? And then they turn around and fucking do it anyway. So how do you prove it though? Time. Time, patience, and consistency. You have to show up and show out. Be who you say you are. Do what you say you're gonna do. Show up when you say you're gonna show up. Show up how you say you're gonna show up. Make sure your actions match up with your words and your words match up with your actions. And once this person observes you through multiple different types of scenarios and they see that you really ain't playing games, then that's when their guard will start to come down, right? Because so many people out there, everything's going good until somebody's under pressure and stress. You don't know who somebody is until A, they don't get their way, and B, they're put under stress and pressure. That's when you really find out who somebody is, right? So that's why you have to give somebody the chance to observe you in so many different types of situations and scenarios. How many times has that happened? You connect with somebody, friend, romance, whatever the case may be, and you really seriously start to think you're getting to know this person. And then you end up in a situation where there's stress and pressure, or they ain't getting their way. They don't get things the way things aren't going their way. And then their true colors show, right? So you're gonna have to stay very, very consistent for a period of time through multiple different situations and scenarios before this person sees, oh damn, you are solid as a fucking rock, aren't you? Okay. Then the guard will start to come down. The guard will start to come down. It's about all you can do. And if y'all can make it through that, this could be a very successful life partnership. Very successful. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Leo family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Got a couple of announcements to make now that I got a few of you in the chat. It's not looking like YouTube wants to notify anybody tonight, so some of you may have seen this, but here lately I've been experimenting with TikTok. And the other night, my wife and I went live and were kind of experimenting. It was kind of like the 2222s, but we were much more just like relaxed and just hanging out and chatting. And if somebody wanted to buy a little mini reading or a little question or something like that, I'd read it. But we're just sitting and chatting and kind of hanging out, and we had some fun. We've decided that we're going to do that once a week. Not sure exactly when yet. I'll announce it for those of you who want to go follow me on TikTok. Also, I have created a new YouTube channel that is dedicated to nothing but music and guitars. I know I've talked a lot about this lately, but my wife recently surprised me with my dream guitar. One thing most of you never knew about me is that I am also a musician. But I put the guitar down several years ago and just recently picked it back up, and my love and passion has been successfully reawakened and reignited. So I made a new YouTube channel. It's centered around nothing but music and guitars. To be honest with you, I have no idea what direction I'm taking that in yet. I don't know exactly, in regards to music and guitars, I don't know what I'm going to focus on primarily. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go, and I'm just going to let it kind of unfold naturally. But as of now, I've named the channel Rich Lops Music Channel. Okay, just something quick and easy for everybody to find. I'm guarantee you I'm going to end up changing it in the next couple of months. But for now, it's called Rich Lops Music Channel. So if you type that in the search bar, click filters and channel, it'll pop up. So other than that, don't forget to check the description of the video if you'd like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. I got my 6-year anniversary reading sale going on right now, where my full personal readings are half price. And that's it. So, all right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.